The air was thick with anticipation. Thousands of supporters had gathered in Butler, Pennsylvania, eager to hear former President Donald Trump speak. The rally was in full swing, a sea of red hats and American flags. Then, the unthinkable happened. Gunshots rang out, piercing the air and sending shockwaves through the crowd. Panic erupted. People screamed and ran for cover, desperate to escape the chaos. The Secret Service acted swiftly, rushing Trump off the stage and into safety. First responders rushed to the scene, their sirens wailing as they navigated the throngs of terrified people. The nation watched in horror as the events unfolded on live television.
News of the shooting spread like wildfire, igniting a firestorm of reactions from leaders across the political spectrum. President Joe Biden, visibly shaken, addressed the nation from the Oval Office. He condemned the violence, calling it an attack on the very soul of our democracy. Biden expressed relief at Trump's safety, but acknowledged the tragedy that had befallen the victims and their families. He vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice and called for unity in the face of this horrific act. Other leaders echoed Biden's sentiments. Former presidents, both Democrats and Republicans, issued statements expressing their shock and sorrow. They urged Americans to come together, to reject violence, and to reaffirm their commitment to peaceful political discourse. The attack on the Trump rally was not just an assault on individuals, it was an assault on the very principles of American democracy. As the nation mourned the victims, there was a palpable sense that the road to healing would be long and arduous.
The chaotic scene left an indelible mark on those who witnessed the horror firsthand. Eyewitnesses described the terror that gripped the crowd as gunshots shattered the air. Some spoke of the deafening noise, the smell of gunpowder, and the sight of people running for their lives. One woman, her voice trembling with emotion, recounted the moment she realized what was happening. "I saw people falling, screaming, blood everywhere," she said, her words catching in her throat. It was like something out of a nightmare. Another witness, a young man who had attended the rally with his friends, spoke of the surreal experience of being caught in the crossfire. He described diving for cover, the sound of bullets whizzing past his head. "I thought I was going to die," he admitted, his voice barely a whisper. These harrowing accounts served as a stark reminder of the human cost of political violence.
Section 4. The Suspect. A Name and an Investigation. As the dust settled, the nation demanded answers. Who was the shooter? What was their motive? The FBI, leading the investigation, worked tirelessly to piece together the events that led to the tragedy.
Soon, a name emerged: Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Crooks, described by neighbors as a loner with a troubled past, had no prior criminal record.
However, a search of his social media revealed a history of disturbing posts, filled with hateful rhetoric and violent imagery.
The investigation revealed that Crooks had acted alone, meticulously planning the attack for weeks. He had legally purchased an AR-15-style rifle, along with hundreds of rounds of ammunition just days before the shooting. His motive, though still under investigation, appeared to be rooted in a toxic mix of political extremism and personal grievances. Section 5. A History of Violence, a Stark Reminder. The shooting at the Trump rally was a grim reminder that political violence is not a new phenomenon in the United States. From the assassinations of Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy to the Oklahoma City bombing, the nation has long grappled with the specter of extremism and its deadly consequences.
The shooting also highlighted the corrosive effect of political polarization and the dangers of hateful rhetoric.
The attack on the Trump rally underscored the importance of vigilance and the need for unity in the face of hatred and division.
It was a reminder that democracy is a fragile thing, requiring constant care and protection. The nation's long and troubled history with political violence served as a stark warning, a reminder that the lessons of the past must not be forgotten.
Section 6. The World Reacts, a Global Chorus of Condemnation. The shooting at the Trump rally sent shockwaves far beyond the borders of the United States. World leaders, from allies and adversaries alike, expressed their horror and offered condolences to the victims and their families. The attack was a stark reminder that political violence is a global scourge, one that transcends national boundaries and ideologies. The global response to the shooting highlighted the interconnectedness of the world and the shared responsibility to confront the forces of hatred and division. It was a reminder that the fight for democracy is a global one, requiring cooperation and solidarity among nations. Section 7. Security in the Spotlight, a call for change. In the aftermath of the shooting, the spotlight turned to security measures at political rallies and public events. Questions swirled about how the shooter managed to breach security and fire upon the crowd. The incident exposed vulnerabilities in existing security protocols, prompting calls for change.
Law enforcement agencies face scrutiny over their handling of the event.
The attack on the Trump rally served as a wake-up call, forcing law enforcement agencies and event organizers to reevaluate security measures and adapt to the evolving threat landscape.
It underscored the need for enhanced security measures, including metal detectors, bag checks, and increased police presence to deter potential attackers and protect those attending political rallies and other